Hey there, this is Chad Garber, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to play The Ocean by Led Zeppelin. There are about 5 parts. Here they are. Then there's Now this next part, I couldn't find the tabs online, and so I had to learn this by ear, and I'm thinking it's pretty close. If not right, it's pretty close. It's okay, and so that's all by ear. This is exclusive to this video because I don't know if I haven't seen that anywhere online or anything. So anyway, so it's exclusive for watching my videos. All right, so if you want to subscribe, by the way, that reminds me, feel free to subscribe, and that way you'll see other uploads I upload. All right, so the only other part is there's 2 other parts of this. Last part is alright, so let's get into this thing. Alright. So the first part is put your ring finger on the 7th fret of the D string. You're gonna hit that twice, picking down. And you go ahead and you position, put your pointer finger on the 5th fret of the D, and then put your ring finger on the 7th fret of the D. You're gonna hit that down twice. Then you're gonna pull off to the 5th fret of the D. Then you're gonna pick down on the 7th fret of the A string. And what I do is I use my pinky and I hit the 8th fret of the low E. Pick it down the whole time. Pick down, down, pull off, down, down. Alright. And then you put your pointer finger on the 5th fret of the A string, pick down, hammer on with your ring finger to the 7th fret of the A string, and then pick down on the 5th fret of the D string. And then do the same thing, and then do that same 5 to 7 on the A string pattern. This time though you hit the 7th fret of the D string, and I'm picking down the whole time. So, but actually there we go. It's real short, I listened to it. And then it goes, you put your pointer finger on the 4th fret of the A string. And what I do is I pick down, and then I take my ring finger and go to the 7th fret of the D string. So pick down on the 4th fret of the A string, pick down on the 7th fret of the D string, again with my pointer finger, and then my ring finger. And then I take my pointer finger and go to the 5th fret of the A string. And then I take my ring finger, pick down on the 7th fret of the A string. And then I just start the whole thing over again. The whole thing is. So that part is. Oops. So it does that, so it goes. And so it's picking all down, that's the good news. There's no alternate picking. There's only one pull-off. Or let's say pull-off. there's a hammer on there. There's 2 hammer-ons there. So there's only 1 pull-off and 2 hammer-ons pulling down the whole time. And it just repeats. Sorry. It's almost like that 5th fret of the A string is a passing note. It's not a passing note, but it's a really quick one. Alright, so. Alright, so that's the first part. Okay? Second part is you're just going to basically do a D power chord. You're just going to put your pointer finger over all the strings on the 5th fret and start from the A down. And then take your ring finger and put them on the 7th fret of all the strings from the D down. So basically. Got that? Alright, then you're going to slide that down twice. Then I just hit an A, where I just do the open A and the 2nd fret, my pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. And then I hit the 3rd fret of the low E. And back to the A. And then I go back to the 2nd chord, but I slide into the 1st chord. So it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. That's it. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. So it's down, up, 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 down, 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 up, down. You do the slide instead of going up, instead of picking up. Usually you go. That counts as up, then up, down. Alright, up, down, yeah, okay. So that's the second part. Third part, this is a really cool part, it's a little bit weird. Put your pointer finger, or actually put your ring finger, put your middle finger, how about that? Put your middle finger on the 12th fret of the D string, and put your pointer finger on the 11th fret of the G string. And hit just those 2 strings. Just pick the D and the G. Again, with your middle finger on the 12th fret of the D and your pointer finger on the 11th fret of the G, just pick the G and the D and the G strings. Then slide that down to where your middle finger's on the 10th fret of the D string and your pointer finger's on the 9th fret of the G string. Again, this is exclusive. Alright, and then weirdly enough, if you listen to it, this sounds right, but it doesn't sound right if you don't put it with the song. Then you're going to put your middle finger on the 12th fret of the D string again. And you're going to go from the 12th to the 11th and back to the 12th. Again, it doesn't sound good unless you listen to it listen to it with the other guitar going, and if you listen real carefully, you hear it. And then it goes back to that first chord. Alright, and then you take your middle finger, put it over the 12th fret of the B and the E, high E, and go. Down, up, down, up, down. Down, down, up, down. You can either hit the B and the E, or you can hit the G, B, and the D, or G, B, and the E if you want. Here it goes. listen to it. You listen to it, it sounds good. But and as far as picking down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Alright, so that's the next part. The next part is when the big part. All you're going to do is you're going to do a D. There's a couple different ways to do it. Let me use this way because I think it sounds closest. Do a D. Just put your pointer finger on the second fret of the G string, your middle finger, your ring finger on the third fret of the B string, and your pointer finger on the second fret of the G string, right? G string. Put your your ring finger on the third fret of the B string, and put your middle finger on the second fret of the E string. And you just go up and down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. You're going to take the whole thing and slide it up 2 frets. You're just hitting those 3 strings. You're not hitting the D string, you're just hitting the G, B, and the E. The second chord you go to, you slide it up twice, but as your pointer finger is on the 4th fret of the G string, your ring finger's on the 5th fret of the B string, and your middle finger's on the 4th fret of the E string. So it goes back and forth. It goes back and forth to the other one. It goes back to the D. Okay, and the very last part, the 5th part, is he goes. Now I can't remember off the top of my head if he goes to the low E and then does the A, or if he does the low A and then does the A. But for the now, I'm going to do. I'm going to do it this way. Do the open E. Then do an A chord, which is put your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the D, G, and B strings, and then pick down from the A string down. Actually, pick down all the way to the B string. Don't go all the way to the high E string. So, and then hit open D. Then do a D chord, which we just did on the other one. That one. So open D and then hit that D chord. So, and then do an open E again. And do an E major chord, which is your ring finger on your pointer finger on the 1st fret of the G string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. And he does that twice. Open E, then the chord. It's possible in the beginning though he does an open A instead of the open E. To me it sounds better, but for some reason I remember it being open E. But so either way. But here's a way to do it. Here's the open A. Then it ends on that. The only other part, one these are kind of extensions. This is like for the very first part, the first riff, and it goes. What he does at the second verse, the second time he does that, he's going to do when you're on your fingers, either your ring finger or your pinky is on the 10th fret of the E string. He does that. 8 little riffs there in the middle of that. So it's like, is that the 10th? Is that right? No, I think that was the 8th. Yeah, I'm sorry, it was the 8th fret of the low E, not the 10th. And again, that's the only, he does it, definitely does it the second time. I'm not sure if he does it, I don't think he does it the third time, but he might do it again later. So you just gotta listen to see when he does that. And again, that's on the 8th fret of the low E, not the 10th, okay? And by the way, he also muffles it. If you listen to it, he's not going. Like I would do it. He's muffling the whole thing with his right hand. Maybe not to that extent, but he does muffle it, okay? There's another, oh yeah, the other thing is on the second part. Sometimes we'll throw in a this. All he's doing there is you take your pointer finger, your middle finger, put it over the 10th fret of the G, the D and the G string. And then kind of slide up and just pick down. So it's like, he doesn't do that every time, I don't think, but I think he does it sometimes. And then also, there's one of the parts, we've already taught you this part, this is the second half of the riff, but the way he goes into one part to the other part at one time, he goes. That's the same lick. Starting right here. So he uses it as a transition sometimes. You want to listen to the song to see when he does that. That's right before he goes na 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 na. I'm not going to teach you that part again because I just did, but it starts with your pointer finger on the 4th fret of the A string. And then it ends with your ring finger on the 7th fret of the D string. And that's pretty much it, other than the guitar solos. And so thank you so much for watching this. If you like this video and these kind of videos, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be great. And thank you so much for watching this, and have a great day. Have a great day jamming with Led Zeppelin.